And we're off for the Malaysian Grand Prix. We get another shocking start. The Sauber is coming up on the right hand side, onto the Red Bull there. You can see in the mirrors your Fiat storming towards that turn one. We're going side by side with the Hulkenberg through this sector. Lovely racing here, side by side with Hulkenberg. Just about squeezed him out. Look at that. He pulls across to the circuit, retiring. I think he must have some sort of engine failure of Ricciardo, and that's meant we're still going side by turn one. We don't have to dive down the inside, we just brake quite normally. Try to squeeze him out, quite aggressive there, trying to squeeze him out, much like Vettel did on Webber back in 2013. Very aggressive on squeezing him out there.
Sunny and dry for first practice in Shanghai. Tyre wear is critical in China, with spins and lockups frequent as drivers search to find their perfect setups. Both Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton ran off track, but it was the two Mercedes men that would dominate the session. Rosberg set the initial pace at the track where he claimed his maiden win in 2012. But it was Hamilton that set the timing screens alight, going half a second faster than his Mercedes teammate as he goes in search of a fourth victory in China. Ferrari were over a second off the pace, with Vettel and Raikkonen third and fourth, ahead of Sauber's Felipe Nasr and the two Red Bulls. Jenson Button was a promising 13th for McLaren after their slow start to the season.
What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to my F1 2015 career mode. We're back with part number 3 today for the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in qualifying, ready to go and do our business. Now, after two really great first episodes, part 1 and part 2, if you haven't seen those, check them out. Pause the video now. Here's your chance. Go check them out. Australia and Malaysia. Two really solid finishing positions there and good points for us with McLaren, with Jenson Button. Really solid. I'm hoping that we can add to it. It's going to be a bit difficult here at China because it's not my favourite circuit by any stretch of the imagination. So it's going to be a bit difficult through here to turn 1 on our first flying lap. You can see it's quite overcast actually, so we may see the track temperatures dipping quite a bit. That may play into our hands or it might actually hinder us. We'll have to see. A little bit of understeer there through turn 2. You can see going full lock there on the McLaren car. A little snap of oversteer, but no harm done on this first flying lap. And we'll have to basically see how it goes. I don't think the pace is going to be amazing, but if we can get a good start, hopefully we can do something. So we've set our first flying lap. We cut later on into the qualifying session, and I was actually very surprised to see us staying in 4th place for now in the qualifying session. We come through to the end of our second flying lap. We're in 5th place at the moment still, and we come through, we set a slower time, so I just thought, well, at that point I don't think there's any point setting another lap, and we retire and we finish in 5th place. What a surprise result. Look at the times of the AI. I definitely think the colder conditions played into our hands. The AI going a bit slower than usual here at China. Romain Grosjean getting 2nd place there behind Nico Rosberg for the front row. That is absolutely amazing. We're going to be starting in 5th place for the Chinese Grand Prix. Who would have thought? So that is absolutely epic. Let's go straight into the race. What can we do? So here we are, it's race time for the Chinese Grand Prix. We're in 5th place. That is just absolutely mind-blowing. 5th place. Fernando Alonso, our teammate, comes in 19th, so that's even more surprising that we came in 5th. The colder conditions played right into our hands. Everyone's setting slower lap times than they usually would, and we come home with 5th and qualifying. That's absolutely amazing. Romain Grosjean's done amazing to get 2nd place as well, so maybe that will liven up the race at the front, but I suspect we won't be doing as well in the race. You can see it's still pretty overcast, but I think it's going to be getting sunnier later on into the Grand Prix, and just generally the race pace will be a bit different to the qualifying pace. So we're on the grid, and now we rev up for 5 red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix, the 3rd round of this season, and we are off and getting again bogged down a little bit in 1st gear. We change up to 2nd, 3rd now. The Ferrari jumps us to Vettel straight away into the 1st turn, then the Red Bull, and we've got another car inside of, I think that's Massa. We tried to go hang it round the outside of, I think this is a Fiat there in the Red Bull, yes it is, and then Vettel up ahead. We just can't get him. We get very close to his gearbox. I think we just about tapped him a little bit there, getting a little bit of oversteer, but we're into 6th place at the moment, so only lost 1 position through turn 1 and 2, so that's pretty well done. But we're going to have to look at a replay at the start just to look at how we hang that round the outside. So you can see I moved to the left-hand side of the circuit, Massa and Kvyat go on the inside, and just about get round here. Try to maybe look at getting Vettel even, because the AI do go quite slowly into turn 1 here at China at the very start, but it just wasn't possible. But now on to lap 1, later on live with the Grand Prix now. Kvyat goes right around the outside of us into the S section on the left-hander there, getting so much better grip. My engine is overheating, an absolute treat. You can see there, looks like the Honda power unit is having some huge calamities here in China, and this is a disaster. I'm going to have to get on the team radio soon and just ask what on earth is happening to my power unit, because look at that, it's just overheating galore right now. Massa down my inside. I defend quite well there through to the final swooping right-hander onto the back straight, but look at it, it's still freaking overheating. The Honda power unit is just not cooperating with me at the moment. Hopefully it will cool down the straight, but here goes. Massa's past me. Let's just count how many cars past us. Massa, we got another Williams of Bottas, so that's 2, 3 there with Ricciardo. Could it be 4 with Perez here? No, it's only 3. We go down the inside of Ricciardo, down to the hairpin, brake quite hard, and we just get past him for 9th place. 2 Williams scrapping up ahead. We cut later on onto lap 2, turn 1 into turn 2. The engine thankfully is now green, but Kvyat, that is not going to stop Kvyat going around the outside. So we're going side by side at this point. Is he just going to get us on the exit? I think he will. We try to squeeze him as much as we can, but it's no use. You can see the 2 Williams having an absolute ding-dong battle up ahead. We go down the inside, block up a little bit on the tyre on the right hand, and we're back into 9th place. But no! Oh God, Ricciardo comes back at us. So frustrating. Ricciardo, the Red Bull, just has that downforce traction to get us on the exit of these corners. And look at that, the Williams are still scrapping away, and looks like they're tangled. The Williams have tangled and tripped up over each other, and we've got back up into 8th place with Ricciardo up to 7th. Yellow flags are out. Let's look at a replay of that, because Williams, what on earth were they doing? They're going to be screaming down the pit wall. Look at that. They just got tangled, and it almost looked like Bottas was pushing Massa wide. So we're on board with Bottas now. Now Massa, and looks like, oh, their tyres get locked. So it's not even Bottas pushing Massa wide. It's just Massa getting tangled a little bit with Bottas and stupidly actually not turning left out of the corner. So we're up to 8th place, so I'm not complaining, but it's going to be 9th soon, because the Sauber is now slipstreaming us with the Ferrari engine. You know, it may be the Sauber, but he's got a good Ferrari engine compared to our Honda one, and it just streaks past us. Perez there with the Mercedes engine closing in quite fast. Can we try and make a move on NASA? No, we can't. We lock up horribly. You can see the right front going very, very red at the moment. We're in 9th place, and we're just about holding on with our fingers and fingertips, just clasping on. But Perez gets right past us there. We're down to 10th. The Williams now, Bottas, comes back after the calamities he had with his teammate. We go down the inside of him. Can we try and get Perez? No, we can't. No use. He's completely got us there. We're down to 10th at the moment, annoyingly, and I think we're going to have to think about maybe coming to the pit stop soon, because our tyres are going. We go down the inside of Bottas, defending well. He's gone wide. There's been contact. It's the 2 Williams again. The 2 Williams have had calamities this race, and we have gone and kept 9th place there. Going down the inside. No, we kept 10th place, sorry. We've got an early pit stop for Ericsson there. But let's look at a replay here. I go down the inside, fair enough, and Bottas just goes cleanly wide and then gets tapped by Massa. So he's on board with Massa. You can see Bottas wasn't any of my fault. He just went completely wide. Massa just completely slams into him, and then he crashes with Perez, I think, or Hulkenberg, who's lost his front wing. I think it was Hulkenberg, because Perez was in front of me, sorry. So we're in 9th place at the moment. 10th now on lap 7. I can't keep hold of it because we keep losing positions left, right and centre. But onto lap 7 now, the end. We're into the pits now. Perez right ahead of us. And oh man, what action there's been at the Chinese Grand Prix so far. But unfortunately, it's only been 10th place for us. So 1 measly point in the championship we're holding onto so far. Into the pit stops now. Can we maybe jump Perez? Let's see. Come on, McLaren crew. I know you're good at this. Our engine might not be good, but you're good at the pit stops. Yes, we are. And we jump Perez. That is what the front-running teams are good for. McLaren, we may not be a front-running team right now, but our engineers and our pit stop crew are still very much there from the previous years. They can do the pit stop job, and we have got ahead of Perez. It'd just be great if our freaking power unit was up to scratch. But through turn 1 and then turn 2, in 9th place at the moment, overtaking Perez there in the pit stops. Awesome to see. But unfortunately, as we have a little squirrel in the rear, You can see now we've cut later on and we're coming straight in for our pit stop. We've cut all the way to our second pit stop of the Grand Prix. We're now going to go into the prime tyres. Unfortunately, literally nothing happening in that part of the stint. We just kind of went with our business on the option tyres. A very common theme, I think, in this season. When we make the first pit stop, it seems like nothing really happens in that middle stint, and then it all goes off back again in the last stint. So, unfortunately, nothing happening, but actually, being China, rather boring Grand Prix, unfortunately. We cut all the way into the last lap of the Grand Prix. Still nothing happened in that last stint. We've just about held on to 10th place, but I say just about because look at that in the mirrors. The Toro Rosso of Sainz, he's coming through on the left-hand side. Can he make it the move and ruin our party for 10th place? He's up into 10th right now. We're in 11th. Make the dive bomb move down the inside to try and defend. Hit the apex quite nicely. Going a little bit wide to squeeze him out. And I think we've just about held on to 10th place down the final corner, final two corners of the Grand Prix. We come through the final corner now, hitting the apex, and we come through. This will be 10th place. A very hard fought 10th place, but that is only 1 point in the championship. But oh man, we fought so hard for that 1 point. I guess that's the big difference this season, compared to when we were doing it with Vettel. We're fighting so much harder than we ever did with Vettel, and we're getting even less points. So, Jesus. What a hard-fought battle, but 1 point in the championship. That is still a 1 point I'm happy with. We didn't have the pace today. I said it at the beginning. China, never been a good Grand Prix for me. Alonso, promising to see him in 12th right behind me there. And we just about defended from Sainz. But we are not going to end the action there for today's episode, guys. We're actually going to move on to the Bahrain Grand Prix in this episode, because I feel like you guys deserve more action in that Grand Prix. We cut out pretty much 2/3 of that Chinese Grand Prix because literally nothing was happening. So I think you guys deserve some more action. So we're going straight to the Bahrain Grand Prix. What can we do there? Hopefully it's going to be better than just one measly point. So here we are for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and I'm hoping this one can be a bit better than the Chinese one we just witnessed. 1 point there. Bahrain, the car was feeling a lot better through practice and qualifying. We managed to get it up in 9th place. Not as good position as we did in China, but overall the car felt a lot better to drive. So I'm hoping that drivability improvement will mean we can get up there into the first few turns and then try and stay there and just hold on to some more points here at Bahrain. Obviously, our goal this season is to get over 100 points, so let's try and add to that here today. We're going to 5 red lights now for the second time in this episode for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and we are off, getting another shocking start once more, having a little bit more of a wheel spin than we did in China actually. We go down to 10 places, get Fiat once more. We've seen a lot of the rush in there today in this episode. We go down the inside of him and his teammate Ricciardo there. We managed to get up into 8th place there. Looks like our car has gone wide, and there's been contact, and Vettel's out of the Grand Prix, I think, and we're into 5th place. Madness at the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Yellow flags have been called. We go down the inside of Bottas, who's going very slowly, and can you believe it? We are up into 4th place of the Bahrain Grand Prix. What a start this has been for us with Jenson Button. What a crazy crash that was for Vettel. Looks like he tangled with his teammate Kimi Raikkonen. So let's look at a replay here. So we've gone down the inside, slipped it in between the two Red Bulls. We've done very well to get there and position ourselves for turn 2 then. And there, look, you can just see in the distance Vettel going out, and then here's the move. We cut across Massa there and then just overtake Bottas, but here's the move. Oh, heavy impact there with Vettel and Raikkonen, and then he comes across, and oh god, even bigger impact there with another car, and Vettel, surely that his race is ruined. It's wrecked. Look at that, overboard, third person view, and Vettel slams into another car there after slamming to his teammate, and look at that, the amount of damage and contact and chaos that has gone on there at the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're on board with our teammate who did gain a little bit from that, and we'll see it on board with him. So oh god, there goes Vettel, and he's done well. Alonso's done well to avoid all the action, and we're continuing on because I think there's some more action going on with the Toro Rosso boys, but Alonso there, just a little sitting duck there, just kind of viewing the action. But here, one of the Toro Rossos going very slow. What on earth are they doing? I think that's what must be Verstappen. I think that he's going very slowly. And we come through the next section, and then oh my god, Toro Rosso spun out. Alonso's gained another position. So absolute chaos here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. We cut later on live onto the Grand Prix now, onto lap 1, continue on. Bottas now trying to get the place back that I nicked from him on down the inside. side there on the right-hander. He's done it on the left-hander there, on the swooping left-hander, and he's got 4th place back. I think I'm going to have to settle for 5th place there. But 5th place is still not too bad for lap 1 in a McLaren Honda. That is an absolute awesome start there. It started off quite poor, but then the Vettel's crash there really worked a treat. We've gone horribly wide though, understeered clean off the circuit, and that's allowed Massa to get much better traction there down the back straight. And now he's got us. We're down to 6th place, so still very good start, I'm going to say. 6th place, not too bad, but unfortunate, we just completely cleanly understeered off the circuit, which was just so annoying. But now onto the pit straight. Now Ericsson in the Sauber's got us. Now I think the Red Bull Ricciardo is there, and we're just getting mugged in the straight. We're going to go down the inside to try and get the place back from Ericsson. Locked up on the right tire, managed to hit the apex, and we have got the place back from Ericsson. So again, like China, we are fighting hard for our position here in 6th place. At the moment, the engine is overheating a little bit, but not as bad as it was in China. So thankfully, Honda have improved that a little bit. But now, cutting on to lap 9, it is time for our pit stop phase. We've just about kept it in 6th place. You can see there's a little tiny gap to the cars behind us. So we've just about kept it in 6th place comfortably. But here we are into the pit stops, and now can McLaren once again do a good pit stop. Hopefully we don't get held up. A whole train of cars behind us. So hopefully, fingers crossed, please don't get held up. We'll see what it's going to be. Yep, we just get through. Clean pit stop there. That's going to be 2.4 just about, and that is no held up. And looks like there's a double stack there for the Saubers. You can see, I think that was NASA being double stacked behind Ericsson. So unfortunate for NASA there. Ericsson getting priority as he comes in first. But we're at the pit stops now, and just look how gorgeous Bahrain looks in the replay cameras. Just looks absolutely stunning compared to last year's game. And we're back out, and now we cut on to lap 11. We're in P7 at the moment. There are a few cars yet to make their pit stops, so I'm hoping this will be getting back into 11th place. But oh dear, oh what on earth is Hulkenberg? That's Hulkenberg out. I was wondering what on earth that smoke screen was. Hulkenberg is out. We look at a replay, and he's had a huge engine failure. Oh, look at that. The smoke pours out of his car, and he's just covered in a cloud of smoke, trying to get a bit of camouflage here in the desert. And look at that. The Mercedes power unit he's got in the back just explodes, and there we come. So here in the desert of Bahrain, we've got engines going left, right, and centre there. Our engine's overheating a little bit, but Hulkenberg's completely blown up there. The Mercedes engine as well, so very surprising to see a Mercedes engine blowing up. On to lap 24 now. We've made our second pit stop of the Grand Prix, and we're fighting Ricciardo now. We've got 5 laps left of this Grand Prix. We've gone round the outside, done well to defend from him, and now on to the next lap, lap 26 now, through to the very tricky left-hander. We can see another car going very slowly indeed, and Sainz, what on earth is he doing? Dangerous driving as he's parked in the middle of the circuit. Looks like he's blown up an engine as well, so it's all going off here. Thankfully, the Honda engine still chugging along fine, but 2 engines have blown up here in the desert in the hot conditions here under the twilight zone. But we've got Ricciardo still right up our chuff. We're going to have to work hard for the next 3 laps to try and gain and try and keep this 6th position at the moment. We've done well to defend all race long, but here he comes again. You can see us when we look backwards. Here he comes. We're going to have to maybe try go down the inside and force him wide a little bit, I think, to try and get the run on the pit straight. So here we go down the inside, just going really wide, trying to really extend the track there onto the apex on the curb on the left hand side, and that's worked out for us. And now we've gone to the last lap of the Grand Prix, going through for 6th, but oh no, we've run out of fuel. We've run out of fuel. Kvyat coming through. Oh god, no, Kvyat. Did Kvyat get us? We ran out of fuel on the line. Button's happy. Of course he's happy because we got points, but did Kvyat get us? That's the question. Come on, hurry up, game. Kvyat did not get us. Thank God. And we kept 6th place in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Oh, what hard-earned points that have been. 8 points in the bag. But what drama right at the end. We're coming through, minding our own business, and then we just ran out of fuel right at the end. And we're going to look at a replay, and look at that 5-way scrap. I think the Ferrari's lapping us there. We're on board with Alonso, and you can see there, I just start chugging out of fuel right now, and Kvyat's sort of stuck behind me. But then look at the last minute, he just comes out, and I was so worried he got us there. But it's a double points paying position finish at the Bahrain Grand Prix for McLaren. That is absolutely awesome. That is awesome to see. 2 points finishing for myself and Alonso. That is great for the constructors, but great for me in the championship as well to get a whole load of more points, solid points for the championship. That is just great. If you guys thoroughly enjoyed that action-packed episode, a double-header episode, then smash that like button, guys. It'd be absolutely awesome. We're going to try and get over 2,000 likes once more on this episode, guys. If you did enjoy that as well, comment below what you thought. Subscribe if you're new around here for daily Formula 1 content. I'm aarava. That was an absolute stunner of an episode with 2 crazy races there. But we've got a load more points for McLaren. This season's going quite swimmingly, you must say, compared to the real-life season. But yeah, I've been aarava. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you guys next time.